Good evening, everyone.
What is this background? I did not choose this background.
How are we all doing?
Hang on, we need to swap places. Hang on.
Yeah, swap us around.
Yeah, hang on. Let's get a
So
more
we got-
cozy background. Hang on.
So we got some caboose juice in the house.
Elbow boom.
Heather, 2 cents. Nige,
Nige, how's it going?
Good.
How are we all on this fine Friday evening?
Has everyone been mingling before Monday kicks in?
You
Before
get,
we
get
get
out,
reduced
get out,
to,
get out in your
six.
7s and 8s.
Yeah. Cool. So we've got a good few topics to catch up on.
This week has been mad for topics.
Very crazy. So,
Considering we haven't done a live for like 2 weeks now, so I think like it's like 2 weeks worth of catching up on.
Definitely. So, just a few of the topics. So we've got Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal. We're going to go and review the James Bond trailer. We've got a movie game. So finding 60 films.
60. It's a big one today.
Big one. It's going to be easier than the last one, so this one should be easy to get through. Bit of a chat about Chadwick Boseman. Batman shuts down again. Godfather 3 director's cut. Bit of John Boyega versus Disney. Wonder Woman's been pushed back, and the June trailer. June. Cool. So just before we crack on, let's just go over a few things that we've been watching, a few frags that we've been wearing.
Yeah, we're very aware that it's very movie and TV heavy tonight, so we're just going to try and get as much fragrance chat in there as we possibly can. We have been doing a lot of I suppose we can give maybe a little bit of a sneak peek as to what we've been getting up to as well there, Nick, with fragrance related stuff, because we've got through quite a bit. So yeah, it's not. I mean, all the topics sound very movie and TV heavy, but we do have a lot. We just have a lot to talk about, just in general.
Yeah,
really.
definitely.
So what you've been?
Thanks for joining, mate.
What you've been watching, Nick?
So what I've been watching. So let me get the first one up. So I'm going to put the picture up and let me know if you can guess the film. So what film did I watch this week?
Is there a bit of Jean-Claude?
No, it's not Jean-Claude.
Is that not Jean-Claude? It looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, it's not.
Hang on, is that Jack Nicholson?
It is indeed.
Mate, that looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Do you think? Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, like if you just look at his lips, it looks like Jean-Claude's lips, and his eyes.
Yes. Brandon, I do, mate. Aram's got it. So Chinatown. So this was a film that I watched this week, and this was more on the back of Matt Reeves saying that this was one of the films that sort of inspired the new Batman film. So I just wanted to get a feel for the film. Really enjoyed it. Jack Nicholson, always great, and I think if they go for the sort of investigation side, and I think that's what he was hinting of, I think it'll be a really good film. But Chinatown was a great film. Some people probably think it's quite boring if they don't think about them times, but yeah, I really enjoyed Chinatown. And then the last one,
I've never actually seen it.
Yes, it's really good. The last one is more of a series that I've been watching, and it's not a new one, but I just thought I wanted to catch up on it because I missed it when it came out. And this was The Haunting of Hill House.
I've wanted to get on this for a while because I know that they're doing a new one. It's like The Haunting of Blythe Manor or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've heard this is scary as hell.
Yeah, it's really good. You've got Elliot from E.T. in it, and
Elliot.
It's a good mishmash of going back and forth from past to sort of present. But yeah, overall, I think I'm on the 4th or 5th episode. And yeah, really enjoying it. Really good series.
What's it like, scary wise?
Um,
I hear it's pretty creepy.
yeah, it is creepy. It's not like full blown,
Mm,
but you're gonna get like the odd one or two scenes in each episode that are a bit, yeah, that's a bit freaky.
yeah, cool.
What about you, Ant?
A couple of things, actually. So I finished one series of something. In fact, I've seen I'll mention a movie that I've not got a poster for because I just remembered that I watched it. So obviously leaves a lasting impression. But the started watching recently because it's on Netflix and apparently like everyone's on it at the minute. Is The Fall with Jamie Dornan and Gillian Anderson. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes into season 1. There's 3 seasons, but I think there's only like 6 episodes per season, and it's really really good. So Jamie Dornan plays a serial killer, but it's not kind of like a show where you try to figure out who the serial killer is. You're very aware of the serial killer, and he's kind of like one of the main characters. So you're just kind of watching him do his weird stuff, but also be this normal dad and husband. And it's just so creepy. It's like, it's really unsettling because he plays it really, really well. He's like completely emotionless the entire time. And Gillian Anderson's really good in it as well. She's really good in it. She plays like this, like detective, police officer. And she's just badass. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. And everyone that I've spoken to, has said they really enjoy it. It just gets better. So I'm happy to watch something with Jamie Dornan in where he he isn't doing Mr. Porn Man, which I think he would be happy to kind of forget about as well, though, to be fair, because I don't think he likes that at all.
Nigel's saying he's going to do a review in a haunted house, a frag review.
Oi, what kind? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that would be good. Is that going to be for your Halloween video? Is it, Nigel?
Do we get a sneak peek on what frag it's going to be, or is that going to be
surprise?
Anyway, I'll go into the next thing that I watched. So I actually managed to finish this season. It's a little bit unconventional the way that I did this, but I've heard the only reason I did this is because the seasons don't follow on from each other. So it's a series called Dirty John, and it is this second season of this is called Betty, but they are complete like so. Each season's Sweaty Betty. Each season is completely like unrelated to the last one, so their own kind of like isolated story. So it doesn't really matter if you watch 2, 1, or whatever. But it's a real life story about the I forget his first name, but his last name. So the Broderick family, who basically it's a story about kind of like betrayal, infidelity, and what happens. And it's the story of the murder of Mr. Broderick here. But I didn't know that it was a real story. I didn't know it was based upon real events until I actually watched the first episode. And then at the end of it, it kind of goes in and like talks about how the fact that it's real. And I was like initially I was kind of like, am I that bothered about this? But then when I found out that it was a real story, I was kind of like, yeah, I really want to watch this now. It's really good. Christian Slater is like, that man doesn't age. He doesn't age. I mean, look at him there. That man doesn't age at all. But he plays a really, really bad bastard in this. Just a smarmy lech. And he plays that kind of role really, really well. But it's definitely worth a watch. I think it's only like 8 episodes long, but it's really good. Like I said, it's a true story as well, so you can find out all about the real events that happened and stuff like that. But it's a really true story about you can really understand like how one person could be drove insane by the kind of like cheating husband who's just left you out to dry. But yeah, it's really, I mean, it's not like a take your head out, like take your brain out kind of watch. You kind of have to really kind of pay some attention to it, but it's definitely worth a watch if you've not got anything else to watch, or you're running out of something to watch, you want to watch something new, give it a go, because it's definitely worth a watch.
Cool.
And then the last thing that I'll talk about is something that I need to review. So I went to the cinema last weekend, and I went to see New Mutants. So it's that's obviously there's a review coming, but I suppose a short way of saying it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't any better than I wanted it to be.
Okay. Just in the middle.
Yeah, but I'll go over more detail in the review. So stay tuned for that. Keep your eyes peeled, guys.
Cool.
We got Barry in the house. How's it going, dude?
So some fragrances that we've worn this week. So Heather's watched Alive. Is that a series or a film, Heather?
Alive.
Not heard of that. Nige in January.
January. Okay.
It's quite a while away then.
I suppose with COVID and everything, it's probably going to be a bit difficult as well.
Yeah, probably be even longer. Okay, so first frag is Luna Rossa.
Luna Rossa.
I've not worn this for quite a while, so I had to sort of wipe the dust off the top of it. So because I was leaning a bit more towards the Prada Black. So yeah,
which is amazing.
Yeah, really nice. So yeah, really enjoyed wearing this the other day. So yeah, really nice. The other one, I've only got a few other ones. So this was on the back of me and Ant did quite a few reviews at the weekend. We did like a bulk load of videos, so they'll be up and coming. One of the fragrances that we sort of discussed in one of the videos is the Chronic. So I've got this sample of Tony from Fragdicted, and yeah, this smells really nice. So this is Byron Parfums. Yeah, smells fantastic.
Mate, I couldn't get enough of that. I could not get enough. I went home smelling so nice that night. But yeah, the Chronic is just it's out of this world.
And then I've just been having a little sniffy of this today. So this is a sort of tester strip of different fragrances from Zara. And there's one that's really overpowering them all, and that's the Vibrant Leather Metal. And surprisingly, it reminds me a bit of this, with the sort of, I don't know, it's like a metallic-y type of smell.
Yeah, you kind of get that with the carbon, the Prada Carbon line, don't you? The Luna Rossa line, sorry.
I did like the Vibrant Leather Platinum, but I think the first one, Vibrant Leather Metal, is sort of overpowering the other two, so they're quite faint. So I'd probably say the strongest one is the metal one. It smells nice, decent.
Cool.
What about you?
So I will. It's nice that you ended on Zara then, because I'll stick with the theme. So yes, obviously everyone's seen. I hope everyone's seen the video that we released of our Zara fragrance haul, and I've just been spending some time with my 3 ones that I liked. The 4th one is going to go back in. Well, it's in the box. It's going to stay in the box until it gets given away. But so I've been wearing Agate Black. Agate, which is just really easy to wear. I think that I saw that Barry said that this is. We said it was Sauvage. But he says it's more Dylan Blue.
Yeah.
And I get both of them. To be fair, they're both very similar in scent profile anyway. But yeah, it's just lovely. So I've been wearing that, and I've also been wearing this. I think I've been wearing this a little bit more. To be fair, this is navy black, and this was what's been compared to Bleu de Chanel. And I think this has turned into my favorite now, because I said the video. I said in the video my favorite was the Agate Black. I think this one's now turned into my favorite. It's just the opening to it is just really, really nice, really quite addictive. The only downside to these two is they don't last long at all. They really, really don't last long. And considering this is probably classed as they're probably both classed really as a blue fragrance, so they're not really going to be monsters in terms of performance or anything. But I've worn this, like, as for an example, today I've had this on today and I've reapplied it twice. So I put it on first thing this morning after I got out of the shower, and then twice throughout the day, just because it just completely goes. And that's even on clothes as well. Like it goes off clothes as well. So it's not something that's going to stick on you for ages, but it smells bloody good. And for, I think it was 10 or 11 quid, I'm not going to grumble, because it's 100 mil and it's going to last forever. Well, maybe not forever, but it's going to last a long time, because I'm not going to be wearing this kind of stuff in colder weather, because you're just not going to get it. And then the last one, which is this one. I think this is everyone's favorite from the tobacco collection. This is basically just going over what we went over in the video, to be fair. But I really want to spend more time with this, because the more and more I smell it, the more and more I love it. Like, really nice. Smelling it now. So I've sprayed this a couple of times. I've not had a full wearing, but I've just sprayed it through the air just to kind of re-smell it. But the smell that this is giving off on the atomizer right now, it's just chocolate. It's just sweet. It's just rich. It's just divine. In fact, I'm putting it on my hand. I don't care. I'm putting it on my hand right now.
And Aaron says New Mutants go in with low expectations.
Depends on what your expectations are of the movie. I think that everyone's expectations drastically change due to the shit show that is that movie in terms of its production and stuff like that. Yes, I would say don't go in expecting it to relate. Don't go in expecting an X-Men movie. Just don't go in like that at all. Go in with low expectations. Just try to lower your expectations, I would say, because there's nothing wow about it, but there's nothing that makes me go, that was terrible.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, I think it's because I didn't know what I was expecting, because I kind of had a thought that it might be one thing and then it might be another. I think overall, the biggest issue I have with it is that tonally, as the film goes, it doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know like what direction it's going down. Like at times it feels like it could be it's trying to get into the X-Men genre. At times it feels like it could be a coming of age movie, and at times it feels like it could be kind of horror-y, but none of them really work together. It just feels like it keeps on changing its tone throughout, and that could be to do with the reshoots. I don't know, but that was my biggest issue with it. So don't go in going, this is going to blow my socks off. Just go in thinking you're going to get some good effects, and you're going to get something that you're going to get a start, middle, and end of.
Did you give Ravi the bottle?
I haven't seen him yet, Heather, but as soon as I see him, he'll be getting it. And we say that it smells like the bottom of a shoe, and obviously we're joking about it, but it does smell like tobacco vanille. And if you like tobacco vanille, you're going to like it, I guess. So I know Ravi likes it, and I'm not saying that I want him to smell like the bottom of a shoe. I just want him to have it because I know he'll appreciate it.
Yeah, he likes it.
Because it's completely fucking lost on me, I won't lie.
So Wonder Woman got delayed. Yeah, we're going to bring that up in a bit. Zara seems to be a theme at the moment.
Yeah, it's hot.
It does.
I think it does it does the rounds, really, doesn't it? I think it gets popular, and then it dies, and then it the hype dies down, and then it gets popular again, and the hype dies down. I think it just goes around, doesn't it?
I enjoyed Tenet and have zero complaints.
I enjoyed Tenet.
Another one. Tenet was a class movie. Best film I've seen in some time.
I do want to see it a second time round. I think I will appreciate it, and I think I said that in my review. I think I would appreciate it a hell of a lot more if I watch it a second time round. Um, but yeah, I do have some things about it that that it's not that I didn't like, I guess, but it's just things that kind of grated on me a little bit, like the volume of the score and the music, and like at times you couldn't really understand what anyone was saying because they were like this, and then you've just got raw in the background. That was a bit off-putting, but I think in terms of the execution of the movie and its originality and acting wise, yeah, I think it was. I think it was good. It's not. I don't think it's Nolan's best by far, but I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it.
Caboose has been giving Andy some abuse on the podcast.
Yeah, he. I know that I don't think that Andy. Yeah, he hasn't seen it yet, but I know Alex was in the same screening that we went to, wasn't he? I think him and his brother went to the same screening we went to. So yeah, I know that one of them had at least seen it, so they would have covered it on the podcast.
Okay, so a quick topic to go over is these two. So they get a. It's been announced they've got a big, massive Netflix deal going on. I think it's in the 100+ million. What's your thoughts
Wouldn't be anything else, really, would it? I'm indifferent about it. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, "Oh, that could be quite interesting." But then I'm like, "Okay, we'll just see what comes of it then, really." Because, like, what is it going to be? What's their niche going to be? Like, what's their genre? Like, are they going to do a specific type? I must admit, like, I didn't. Once I've heard it announced, I kind of had some initial thoughts on it, but I didn't go looking into it, so I have no idea of the ins and outs of what it's going to be. Whether it's a movie deal, whether it's documentaries, whatever it's going to be.
I think she was. Well, I don't know if both of them, but I know she was touted for Disney for quite a while.
Yeah, she did a voiceover for a Disney documentary or something like that, didn't she?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, does that mean that we're going to see Harry on in a movie or in?
No, I think it's touted that they're going to be more producing.
Okay, so they're just going to have like a creative influence almost.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
more than likely to be a bit more documentaries and stuff.
I'd like to see Harry's party days as depicted in a documentary or a movie, because I think that could be something that everyone would want to watch. Dancing with strippers in Vegas whilst dressed as a Nazi. I think that could be an interesting watch.
Definitely. Right, let's get on to the Bond trailer. So, No Time to Die. So, I thought we'd go over some of our favorite bits in the trailer. What did we think of the trailer? So,
trailer goes hard, man. The trailer goes hard.
It's a trailer that I enjoy. It's just full of action and shows me what I want and sort of entices me to want to go to the cinema and watch it, regardless of it being a Bond film. I think if it wasn't a Bond film and I still saw that trailer, I'd probably still want to go to the cinema and watch it.
How do you feel about Daniel Craig now, currently, as James Bond?
I think it's time for him to sort of hand it over, but I think they should end it where he potentially could come back. So it could be that the new Bond, just similar to like all the other ones, new Bond is that Bond. He could come back and still finish off what he's doing. So leave it open for Daniel Craig if he wants to come back, but I don't think he will. I think this will be a send off. I don't think they'll kill him off, but I think it will just be.
I think they'll just change. They'll just change who Bond is in the next movie, like they have done with all the rest of them. But I was surprised, when this, it was first announced way back when they said they were going to do it and he was going to be in it again. I was surprised that he even agreed to do it, if I'm being honest, because from what I can remember of hearing about Spectre, he said he hated it. He would rather I think the quote was he'd rather cut his own wrists than play James Bond again.
Yeah.
And then it was announced that a new movie was coming out and he was going to be reprising the role again. So I was a little bit confused, but he's a solid Bond, especially for the type of
Yeah.
Bond that he portrays as well. He portrays a very hard-hitting, gritty, edgy, like dirty kind of James Bond. And it's a Bond that we've not seen before.
Yeah.
I think he's put a new definition on what James Bond can be, because
Yeah.
Bond before was really suave, he was really elegant. Everything that he did kind of like had finesse and style to it. Even when they're fighting and stuff like that, he'd always come out looking kind of like shiny, and everything was fine. But like there is a grittiness to Daniel Craig's James Bond, which I really enjoy, much more than the because when you think of James Bond, you think of him good looking guy getting the ladies, the pickup lines, and all that kind of stuff.
He's got a vulnerability on him as well.
Yeah, and I like the way that Daniel Craig does that, but I do think he's looking a bit tired, and it might just be his passion for the role. You know, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. And I think when he first got it, it was probably the role of a lifetime. Who doesn't want to be James Bond? But I do think it's probably time now to move on. I don't know if he the longest standing James Bond at the minute.
No, I think Connery's still up there.
Still got that, yeah.
Yeah. I was happy to see this guy back in.
Yeah,
but I still feel that he was massively underused. With the type of actor he is, and knowing
Waltz is, he can do so much.
Knowing how sort of scary he was in Inglorious, and in this film, it was a bit meh. It was a bit of a letdown in the last film, I think.
And Spectre, I really didn't enjoy Spectre. I said that from the outset. Like, I just didn't think it was enjoyable. When you got in comparison to like Casino Royale and Skyfall. I think Skyfall was a masterpiece. But then you've got I think that Daniel Craig's run of James Bond is full of hit and miss, because you've got like Quantum of Solace that I still don't understand to this day.
Yeah, it was a bit of a prep film.
I don't get it. And then Spectre as well. It was just kind of like it just didn't hit the mark. But then you've got things like Casino Royale. You've got things like Skyfall. I'm hoping that you've got this that looks like it could be another really decent James Bond. But yeah, I do think that Christoph Waltz is massively underutilized as the villain in this. But I am looking forward to the new villain. I'm very, very looking forward to Rami Malek.
I think you've all... Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I think he can turn his hand to pretty much anything and get something good out of it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see how he pulls off a big time villain in this film. He's capable of doing it, but yeah, I'm just intrigued to see how he goes up against Bond. You've also got a new 00 in the film.
Yes,
Lashana Lynch. So I think she sort of plays someone who's after Bond, who's put in his sort of line of work. So I think she's trying to sort of take over. So I wonder if she would be. Do you think she would be a front runner for any new films?
Potentially, when you talk about when you talk about replacement for Bond, and when you talk about where they're going with the character in the current modern day, it's not hard to believe that they could then switch out the next 00 to be a woman. So I know that when it was announced that she was going to be in the movie, everyone was saying, "Oh, they are replacing James Bond with a woman now," and people have got their opinion on whether or not that should happen. And I think a lot of people have got a lot of things to say about either like when it was Idris Elba that was going to be touted to play him, everyone was like saying, no, you can't have a black guy playing James Bond. And then like it's mentioned that a woman might play James Bond. It's like, oh, you can't have a woman playing James Bond. I think everyone's got their own personal opinion about what they would like and what they think James Bond is. But I think that if they do go into the future with the idea of James Bond is a like an idea rather than a person. You know what I mean? Like so they're saying like James, rather than it being James Bond, it's the persona of a 00. It's the persona of the 00 agent rather than James Bond itself. And I know that every other movie is a James Bond movie because that's his name. But if they're thinking about doing it as a persona rather than a specific person, they could get away with it. I don't mind either way, if I'm being honest. I think Barry's just put, "What's your opinion on a woman doing Bond?" I don't mind a woman doing Bond, if I'm being honest. If it portray and again it has, for me, it has to be the persona of the 00 agent. It can't be a woman being James Bond because James Bond is a man. You know what I mean? But a 007. So if you killed James Bond, if you actually killed the character of James Bond and replaced that 007 agent with a woman, there's no reason why you can't have a woman at all. I think that it could be quite interesting. It doesn't bother me at all.
So this is our new Bond lady. So it's Ben Affleck's missus. So she impressed in the trailer, throwing down some kicks, which I like to see. So doing really happy with the trailer overall, and it's one that I'm definitely going to go and watch.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and Caboose there's made a point, like maybe we need more 00 agents to build films around. And that James Bond is a 00 agent, but there are multiple 00 agents, so it could be the case that you could build a franchise around 00 agents rather than James Bond in itself. There's no reason why you can't do that. It could be a good idea to get into.
And let's have a look. So maybe we need more 00 agents to build films around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let Disney buy the IP and they'll run riot. They would.
You got Mickey Mouse as James Bond.
Nige says, "Never say never, Bazza, but not for me."
And this is what I mean. Like everyone's got their own opinion on what they want from a James Bond movie, and it all really depends on your definition of what James Bond is. If James Bond is a persona, or if James Bond is a person, you could do a lot with a persona of a person rather than an actual person, because you are limited to James Bond. And everyone knows, even when Daniel Craig was cast as James Bond, everyone went mad because he had blonde hair. Like no James Bond prior had blonde hair. He'd always had dark hair. And now no one really gives a shit about the fact that James Bond had blonde hair, because they see Daniel Craig in a James Bond movie and they just see James Bond. So I think that you could always find a reason to not like what comes next, but it all really depends on how they handle, in my opinion, it depends on how they handle what comes next. If they just go, "This is James Bond," and it's a woman, but you're expected to say that her name is James Bond, people would go, "Hang on, that doesn't really make much sense." But if you say this is the new 007 because the previous 007 no longer occupies that role, okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let Tarantino direct a Bond spin-off. I'd be actually interested to see what Tarantino would do with Bond.
I would not.
But we know there would definitely be Daniel Craig's feet. He'd be running around barefoot. Joey Cannoli, 0069. Definitely. Right, okay, so this one's more of a not a big topic, but Mr. Boseman. So yeah, was I think it was a bit of a hit in the sort of film industry to see Chadwick pass away. Especially, I
Couldn't
think,
believe it. I
yeah,
couldn't believe it.
I think more so in the way of his passing, with a lot of people around him not knowing that he was sort of suffering with a terminally, um,
Yeah,
yeah, an
terminal
illness.
disease. Yeah.
Yeah, and he sort of ploughed his way through quite a lot of films, whilst going through chemotherapy and lots of other things going on. So I think I know a few people who work in the sort of industry, and I think so one person I know who did a film, he had an injury in his knee, but he didn't want to tell the sort of director because he knew he would lose the film. And I think with Chadwick, I think with especially Black Panther, he probably knew that this was going to do sort of big things and sort of, I don't know how to say it, communicate with a younger audience and yeah, just have a big impact with this film, and it did. Had a
Yeah,
huge impact.
I think when you read everything about the fact that when he was first told about when he was first diagnosed with this back in, well, I think it was like 2016. It might have been earlier. But how many roles he's been in since then, and how he's plowed through and he's pushed on, and he's not just done a good job. He's, especially when you look at things like Black Panther and what that and had the impact that movie has had on society and the world and everything. He's not just done a good job at the movies that he was in. He's
Yeah,
done much more than that, and considering the fact that he was fighting, like you said, a terminally a disease that is essentially just slowly killing him, is nothing short of miraculous, really, from what he was able to accomplish. And it's not just from a an acting perspective, but of physicality perspective. Like at times, his body must
and you breaking up.
have been absolutely wrecked. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah,
Are we
I
back?
can hear you now. Yeah,
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 yeah. And so, like at times, like from the physical side of things, like a lot of his roles were very, very physical, and his body he must have been in absolute agony. And to be able to plow through and do what and achieve what he managed to achieve is nothing short of incredible. Nothing short of incredible at all. I was just really sad when I woke up and saw the news. At first it was kind of like disbelief. It was like, where did that come from? And then
yeah.
obviously you read into it and you understand that it's been building up for a while. But it's just a really sad thing because he was looked up to by a lot of people, and it was just sad. It's just
I
sad.
watched. I watched. It was Actors on Actors with him
Hmm.
just before the news came out, and then he was doing it with Viggo Mortensen,
Mm.
and that was a really good sort of dialogue between them two, discussing each other's films and asking each other questions. And Viggo Mortensen's son was like a huge comic book fan, so he like fully understood the character and what he was going in to watch and stuff like that. So I think Viggo Mortensen's a brilliant actor, and I think it was good just to see them interact.
Mm.
So if anyone's not watched that, definitely go watch it on Actors on Actors with them too.
What do you think they're going to be doing with the Black Panther character now?
I think
Because
they'll
they're
hold off.
obviously they're in discussion. Like it's been announced that like Disney are in discussions about with like what to do with that character now, like what to do.
Yeah, I think they'll either give it to one of the side characters to sort of take the mantle. Um, but the thing is, how do they explain away Black Panther? The only thing I can think of is he's just gone out of society. sort of done a vanishing act.
So in the comics, Shuri, his sister, becomes Black Panther at a point. Which
I'd probably say go with that.
Which could be an option because she was very, very good. And kind of stole most of the scenes that she was in when she was in them. So it'd be a hard thing to do for her, obviously, considering the reality of it. It's not just replacing a character; it's the reason you are replacing that character. But it could be a route that they go down. Maybe that was something that they were always planning, but just maybe not this early. And now they'll have to figure out a way to get it in. But I think that's probably going to be the best way of doing it, because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people saying that find a way to get Michael B. Jordan back in it and get him to be it.
No,
resurrect him from the dead or something like that. And it's just like, no. You don't do that. Don't go down that route. Go down the route where you've got in the the source material from the comics and use that. I think that they would be sensible with that anyway, and I would like to think that they would handle it with some taste.
I think they will.
I hope they will. I hope they do.
They'll take their time with it. Cool. So shall we do the movie game?
Yeah, man.
So this is another hidden film game. So I'm going to pop a picture up, and you've got to find 60 films. So it sounds a lot, but some of them are very obvious. So I think you'll plow through quite a lot of these. So these are pictures of things that will remind you of a film. So, Anne, if you shout out what people are saying in the comments, and let's see how many we get. Right, let's get the picture up. Here we go. Right, so let's go. 60 films. And start me off. Let me know what they say in the comments.
Hang on. Green Mile.
Who got Green Mile?
I did. You just said start me off, so.
Oh, okay.
Caboose said Black Swan.
Yeah, Black Swan's in there.
Jarhead.
Who got that?
Me.
Nice.
Scream.
Scream is definitely there.
Caboose says Saw.
Yeah, Saw's there.
Good shout, mate. Good shout. Toy Story,
yeah.
Caboose said Cocktail.
Good one.
I've seen A Clockwork Orange.
Right, one sec. Let me tick them off. So, Cocktail, Toy Story. What did you say? Clockwork Orange?
Clockwork Orange, bottom of the right, but down bottom right. Then you've got Blood Diamond as well. Bottom right. As well as Chocolat, I want to say.
Yeah.
Caboose said 4 Weddings.
4 Weddings and a Funeral. Yes, Caboose.
That's a good shout. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Lock, Stock.
Caboose said Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian Wood, yes.
Cracking answer.
Caboose. That was a beastly answer.
Cobra.
No Cobra.
There's definitely a Cobra there though. Hang on a second. Oh, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, yes.
Mask of Zorro. Mask of Zorro there.
Yeah, Mask of Zorro's there.
$1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby.
Yeah, it definitely is. Let me take the banner down.
It is.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1 Million Baby.
I want to say The Mummy.
No, we've not got The Mummy.
No. Boxing clubs. Crash.
Crash. Who got that?
Great Caboose. It's a great
Caboose.
answer.
On fire, yes. Crash.
There's a teapot with an E on it.
Still loads of big popular films in here.
District 9.
District 9, yeah.
The Graduate.
The Graduate. Who got that?
Caboose.
Caboose, man. On fire.
Iron Man.
Iron Man is not on here. Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, to the left.
You are correct.
How about Ghost?
Ghost. Nope. No Ghost.
At the back, no?
No. Oh,
What
yeah.
about-
Sorry. Yeah, Ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ghost.
Ghost.
Sorry. Is that
You
list is
got
that big?
above Ghost, right up, like right above it at the top. You got Alien.
Yes.
We've got Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, who got that one? Sunset Boulevard. Rush there. Good one. Aladdin. No Aladdin.
Mary Poppins.
We've had Alien. Mary Poppins. No Mary Poppins.
Barry said Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces. Nope.
It's 7 one.
7 is one.
Yeah, I thought it
Who
was.
got that?
Me.
Nice.
Is that the box?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then we've got Barry said Cars.
Cars. Yes, Barry.
And then we've got The Walk.
The Walk.
Yeah.
Nope.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Yes. Who got that?
Caboose.
Go on,
And you've got,
Caboose.
Nige with Casino.
No, there's no Casino.
Okay. You got Rushter said Hostel.
Hostel. Yep. Right in the back, the big sign.
Oh, you got Taxi Driver.
Yeah, who got that?
Me. I've just seen
Nice.
the taxi at the back.
Yep.
Gladiator. Barry.
Gladiator. Yes, Bazza.
What we got. What is the lamb? What is the goat with the bow on it?
So you're doing really well. We've
Goat
still got some
bow.
big ones left. What did you say, Ant?
Frying pan with salt next to it.
So let me count how many we got left.
Phone booth.
Yes. Who got phone booth?
Me. King Cobra.
Nope.
King Cobra's got to be there.
No, there's no King Cobra.
Next to Iron Man, you've got a king clubs, a king chess piece, and a cobra next to it. What the hell is
Nope.
that if it's not King Cobra? Fight Club.
Fight Club. Who got that?
Barry.
Go on, Bazza.
I think you've got a 3-4 lines sign. Is that oh, for God's sake. That pub sign is doing my head in. It's not American. Is it?
So we've got 29 left.
Jesus
Still some
Christ.
big ones in here.
What's that bull? Raging Bull?
Raging Bull, yes.
Yeah. The Wrestler?
The Wrestler. Who got that?
Me.
Nice.
Barry said Warriors.
No Warriors.
Ah, I just got one. King's Speech.
King's Speech, yes.
And I've just also seen another one. Is Walk the Line one at the top?
Let's have a look. No.
The guy on the tightrope.
No.
No. Well, bugger me.
Close. So you got 25 left.
Barry says Jar of Hearts.
Nope.
What is that Ace of Clubs? Boxing club. Boxers. Fight Club. No.
We've already had Fight Club.
Ace of Clubs with boxing gloves on. Caboose says Watership Down.
Nope.
The hell's that rabbit popping out of the hole? That pub sign's really doing my head in. The 4 lions. Oh, of course it's Fight Club. That ace. Yeah.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
more. Is it 4 lions? What is it? Am I going to kick myself when I know what it is?
Absolutely.
Roger Rabbit.
Uh,
He says.
no, not Roger.
Hang on, is it just 4 lions?
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Rush said Blade Runner, but we've already had Blade Runner, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had Blade Runner.
What are those hieroglyphics on that rock? And there's an eye on that rock as well. Rocky.
Yes.
Yeah. Heather said 21.
No.
What the hell is that? Frying pan and salt. Hurt
Right,
Locker.
what? Hurt Locker. Who got that?
Caboose. That's a banging one, mate.
Caboose. That was
I've been wondering what that one is.
beastie.
Then you got Barry said Donnie Darko.
No, not Donnie Darko.
Not too sure where. Nigel said District 9, but we've already got that. Barry said Magnolia.
No, not Magnolia.
I'm struggling to find ones that we haven't got. We've not got the one on the tightrope. We've not got what looks like a monkey hanging from a wheel. Is that Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Yes. Salt. Yeah, Barry said salt.
Yep. Salt. Good one, Barry.
Caboose said Italian Job.
Nope, not Italian Job.
What is that guy walking the tightrope? Barry, we've already had Crash, but it's a good shout. What is that teapot with an E on it? T-E, teapot-y. Pot.
So you got 21 left.
What?
Yeah, and there's still some biggies.
Is it American Graffiti?
No.
Or just graffiti?
What I'll do, I'll name some actors that are in the films that are showing. So you got Nicolas Cage, Tom Hanks, who else? Robert De Niro, Robin Williams, George Clooney, Gerard Butler, Gyllenhaal, Pierce Brosnan,
fucking hell.
Stallone.
Yeah,
So
like Barry said Face Off, but I was going to say it, but I don't know where.
nope, not Face Off.
What is that hat on the floor? That kind of like ear muffy kind of hat. It's
Ear
just
muffy.
lying on. Oh god, we've got some answers here. So Barry said big.
No, not big.
Caboose said toys.
No, not toys.
Barry said Bronx Tale. Nigel
Bronx
said
Tale, no.
trapeze. Nigel said trapeze.
Nope.
Barry's put the guy in grey has no face. Yeah, that's Jarhead, Barry. We've already got that one.
So think of some of these actors then. So Nick Cage, Tom Hanks.
I want to say Castaway, but I can't see where.
No. Robin Williams.
Good Will Hunting.
No. Gerard Butler. Jake Gyllenhaal.
I can see. Can I see a bottle of milk? Milk is milk one.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, Jarhead was a good one.
You got a Stallone film. You've got a Spielberg film.
Caboose says Pan's Labyrinth.
Damn right, Caboose.
Where's that?
Pan's Labyrinth. Is that the pan next to salt?
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's got a labyrinth in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Okay, cool. Barry said The Prestige.
Nope.
Castaway. Have I said Castaway?
No, not Castaway.
Man on the Moon.
Oh, close. Not Man on the Moon, but you were close.
Is it just Moon?
Yes, just Moon.
Yeah. Is that the Sam Rockwell one?
Yep.
What is that high-vis jacket on the right? It says oh my god, Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Fucking hell. I thought it said Put Ryan, not Private Ryan. Jesus.
17 left out of 60. Doing well.
Is that so you got a teapot with an E on it. E-pot.
No, not Walk the Line.
Am I thinking right with a teapot? It's not, because it's a teapot. It's not a kettle, is it? It's a teapot. T-E. E-T.
Yes.
Fucking hell. That's so simple.
Yeah. So 16 left.
I can't believe I just said TE. Yeah, Heather, you're right. Scorpion King.
No, no Scorpion King.
What is that? Snake and the Kings then? Yeah, Caboose. I felt stupid as well. Yeah, ET. Yeah. Caboose has put thank you for not smoking.
Damn right. Caboose, you are a flipping genius tonight. Getting these rock hard ones.
Heather said American Pie. I don't know where though.
Nope.
I was sure Heather got Scorpion King then. King of Clubs. Oh, you know what it is? I know what the answer is.
Go for it.
It's Three Kings, isn't it?
Yeah, George Clooney's film, Three Kings.
Yeah, 'cause it's a King of Clubs, a King of Chess Piece, and a King Cobra. It's Three Kings. Fucking hell.
14 left.
I'm well happy I got that. What is this? What is this sheep or goat with a bow on it? Bow goat. Goat bow. Bow goat. Bow sheep. Sheep bow. Bow sheep. Bow selector. Bow sheep bow. Goat bow. No. Is it a goat? Rambo! It's
Yeah.
Rambo. Oh god.
Rambo, that was
I'm
a good
loving
one.
how I'm figuring these out. Oh, better sound like a right moron then. Boat go, goat bow, boat go. Barry said 300.
Yes, Barry.
Where's that?
I forgot where it is now. Barry can tell you where it is.
Buzz, where is it?
So you got 12 left.
There's a 7 and 8 on those doors. I feel like that's too much of a coincidence to not mean something. John Q.
No John Q. So you've still got...
Is American Pie one?
No.
What is that hat above Rambo with the ram?
So you've got a kind of Spielberg film. You've got
Heather said 7.
yeah, we've had 7 already.
Oh, have we?
So yeah, you've got a kind of Spielberg film. Nicolas Cage starring in the film. You've got a Pixar film. Robert De Niro, Robin Williams, Jake Gyllenhaal, Pierce Brosnan. I think it's
I can't see any more clues.
horror film.
Ransom.
No, not Ransom.
I can't see any more clues. Is it the ones on the rock?
So you got
National Treasure.
No, not National Treasure. So you got the guy walking across the thing. That's one. You've got.
Heather said Alice in Wonderland.
Nope.
Have we got the rabbit one yet?
No.
Rabbit hole. Rabbit down a hole. Rabbit hole. Hole rabbit.
I'll give you that one. It's Rabbit in a Hole.
It's Rabbit in a Hole.
Yeah. It's called Rabbit Hole.
Oh, okay. Yay me. What else? Those hieroglyphs on the rock has got to be something. I just can't figure it out. Looks like a scorpion or a spider. I just can't figure that out. I can't figure out what it is.
So I'll just give a few more left, and then I'll give the answers. So
Barry said man on a wire.
Yes, Barry. So you've got a Jake Gyllenhaal film, a kind of Spielberg film.
Jake Gyllenhaal film. Nightcrawler.
No. You've got a De Niro film, one of his older films when he was younger. We've had Toy Story.
I can't find where the clues are. Like I feel like we've covered everything, and we haven't. Where are we looking here?
So we've got the Man on the Wire.
We've had Raging Bull, Barry.
Yeah, we've had Raging Bull. So let me see where. Do you want me to go over the answers?
I want you to point out where we're looking.
I'm just trying to find them because it doesn't label them where they are. Graduate, yeah, I think we've had that one.
Yeah, we've had
Good shout though.
A young De Niro. What is the missing poster? Missing Jumanji. No. Missing. Please call 020. That missing poster's got to be something, right? It says missing, and then it's got a picture of the world.
Yeah, a young De Niro caboose.
Missing the world. World missing. The Missing?
Nope.
No.
Yes, caboose. Jurassic Park Lost World.
The Lost World. Yes. There's 3 C's on there. There's 3 C's on there. There's got to be something. C3 C C's CCC's the box. 3 C's. This is doing my Sweden.
The box. Yes, Barry.
What box?
That was one. The box.
What that cardboard box on the floor?
Yeah.
I thought that was 7.
No, I think something else was 7, I think.
Oh, the number 7 was...
Yeah. Nope, not AI.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to put us out of our misery now, mate.
Right, okay, so I don't know where they are, but you've got Kick-Ass. Can you see where Kick-Ass is?
No.
Apparently Kick-Ass is on there. Nope, not Running Scared. You've also got Up. So
Where?
the Pixar up.
Oh,
So I think
the arrow. That's the arrow on the building at the back underneath underneath the number 8 is an arrow going up. It's got to be it.
Or it could be the monkey in the sky.
That's Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah. Running Scared is an awesome film. Absolutely love it. But it's not on here. Love and Other Drugs was one of them.
Oh yeah, Kick-Ass is the kick me on the left.
Oh yeah, kick him in the arse. You got Ring.
Ring?
Yeah.
Where? God knows.
Can't find any bumholes, but
Oh, that Love and Other Drug are the pills on the floor, isn't it?
yeah. You've got GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. Oh,
Yeah.
the eye on the on the rock.
Oh, Caboose thought of that. Love and Other Drugs. Mary Poppins, no. So the other one, I think it's Jake Gyllenhaal, is in it. Zodiac.
Yeah. Where's that? Is it just the hieroglyphs on the...
Yeah, I think so.
Jake Gyllenhaal was in that,
yeah. Next one, The Deer Hunter.
Well, is that the hunting hat?
Yes.
Mm.
And then the last one is Hook.
I cannot see a hook anywhere.
Let me see. Is it on the wall somewhere?
Oh, is it on the 1 mile, the Green Mile thing above the lantern? It's on a hook.
Could be.
God
Who's the guy
knows.
shouting out the window?
Huh?
Who's the guy shouting out the window?
That's King's Speech.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hook somewhere. But I think it was done very well this week.
We got a lot of those.
60 films, and yeah, done majority of them. So yeah, I think everyone did really well on that one, to be fair. For the amount of films there is. So yeah, really, really good one. Cool. So should we go on to this one?
Yes, this one brings sadness to my heart. So, for those that you don't know, Batman began filming again, which we're very, very excited about to hear that they had started the production ever again. And then I think it was 2-3 days into it, production stopped because there was a rumor that a member of the cast caught coronavirus, and we then found out a little later on in the day that it was actually our Bats himself. Robert Pattinson was the one that actually caught COVID-19. So he had to obviously quarantine, lock himself down, and the production stopped because obviously everyone that was around him may have then been infected. So it's just a further delay, I guess, which is frustrating, I guess, for everyone.
Definitely. I think with them just getting everyone excited for them to start filming again. But I do believe they started doing it behind the scenes, and they said they were going to carry on without Pattinson.
Yeah, just film scenes that he's not in yet.
Yeah, and just carry on without him. So, yeah, hopefully it gets up and running because I want to see that film ASAP.
Badly. I keep on now and again just going back to the trailer. It's just so good. That trailer is so good.
Okay, next topic. Godfather 3 is getting a director's cut. So I think we are starting to see a bit of a theme going on since the Snyder Cut has managed to get some form of release.
Mm,
So a few films that come to mind. So Rocky Four is getting a director's cut, and here,
behave.
Stallone's cutting it now. Apparently, he cut loads out from the original. So yeah, we'll be getting a bit more Ivan Drago and a few more scenes. Apparently, he's going to cut the robot out of the film. We're also getting the director of Terminator Salvation said he has a darker version of the film with a different ending. So yeah, a lot of these directors now, if you think about it, there's probably a hell of a lot of directors that didn't really get to show their vision, and now they're sort of
Hmm.
seeing that. Well, actually, I do have a version which I wanted the audience to see, and I've probably got the opportunity to show them what I wanted to put into the cinema compared to what was put in the cinema.
Mm.
So, what's your thoughts, Ant, around all of these sort of director's cuts being announced and released?
So, oh, I'm torn. I'm torn because I want to see the Snyder Cut just because I want it to be better than the original that we got. But at the same time, I'm like, you're talking about movies that are ancient now, like Godfather Part 3, Rocky 4. Like, you're talking about movies that came out so long ago. Like, we've lasted this long without a director's cut. Do we really need it?
Would you
Do
want to
we?
see it though?
I mean, curiosity tells me probably yes, but do I need it? No, I don't need it. I don't need to know a different ending to Godfather Part 3. I don't need to see additional scenes with Ivan Drago because to me, Rocky 4 was great anyway. Like,
Yeah.
why? All it feels like you're doing now is just cashing in. It's just a quick cash grab now because you can go, well, actually, the original version didn't have X, Y, and Z in it. So if I release it now, I'm just going to rake in loads more money. I just, yeah, I'm not a
I think
massive fan of resurrecting these movies that have been long gone for so long. If it's a recent movie and there's a petition like the Snyder Cut, like Justice League, that's been going ever since the original movie came out. Like
yeah.
there's been a petition saying get because of what happened, but that is a very isolated incident. Like that doesn't happen every time that you change director halfway through because of because of circumstances. These are just older movies where the director's gone, I actually want to show what I originally did. Like, but it's over 20 years ago now, like well over 20 years ago. We've lasted this long. We don't need it. Just leave it alone.
I think for me, if you're sort of a fan of the film, I think you are intrigued to see what are these additional films and how much of a difference will it make.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rocky Four, I'm a massive fan of it. So, I it's one that I would be interested to see how much of a difference it is. The original's fine as it is, but I think just that I don't know, just to see more footage really of what could have been. So yeah, I'm up for watching director's cuts because I used to buy them on Blu-ray. So if a different version came out, I used to be like, yeah, I want to watch that. I think it was the
And
same as
like
Superman.
I've not I don't feel like I've got a problem with director's cuts. What I have a problem with is resurrecting something that's long gone. Like usually a director's cut comes out like when it gets released,
Mm.
when the DVD gets released, or a couple of years after, but not you're talking like Godfather Part 3 for fuck's sake. And I mean it's ancient now. It's like no one has been crying out for this. No one has been crying out for this. Why are you
But
giving it us now?
do you think it could be that it could appeal to a audience that's never seen any of the Godfather films?
Not unless
Because,
they drastically change it. No.
but I also think with Godfather 3, I think that got a bit of a it was like classed as the worst out of the Godfather films. So if the director thinks, well, this is how it should have been, and this is how I was sort of forced to release the film, it could have been sort of eating him up for years to say I've always had a good film in the bank,
I
and
mean, I
now
guess
I want
so,
to sort of
but
release it. Maybe
I mean, when did Godfather Part 3 come out?
1940, I think.
Exactly. It's just like it's I get
Not
it.
that
I
old.
get that it must be
Yeah,
frustrating for the directors that they didn't get to like submit their vision, and
yeah,
and it's sad that they didn't. But you know, you're talking about movies that are like in the 90s, some of them in the 80s, and it's just like, do we really need that?
yeah,
Like, do we need that? No, no, I don't think we do. There is an argument to say that more recent movies, yeah, you can get away with it because it's more recent. But movies that have been long gone, people don't even talk about anymore. It's like no one's asking for it.
yeah, yeah.
Where did it come from?
I think it's just piggybacking into it on the back
Mm,
of everything else. Watched any Last of the Mo weekends, and bit of Daniel Day.
no.
We watched Dances with Wolves instead with Kevin
Mhm.
Costner. I think they
No,
should
no, I
do
haven't.
a director's cut of Once Upon a Time. Probably make the film better.
Mm, completely
Hell of
change
a
it.
lot better. Nobody's crying out for this.
No, they're not.
The Godfather. Yes, John Foley. How we doing, Jan?
I I must admit, I think I would probably go back and rewatch The Godfathers because it's been a very, very, very long time since I've seen them.
I really like number two when Pacino's got sort of full control,
Mm,
and obviously it keeps flicking back to De Niro.
yeah,
Yeah. Three is flawed. I do like Andy Garcia, and I
yeah.
think
Andy Garcia is I kind of like him in pretty much everything he's in. To be fair,
if you take out Sophia Coppola's part in part three, I think the film will be a lot better. I think that story between her and Garcia made it a bit weird.
mm.
But yeah, I really liked Garcia. They would have done better to reshoot it with everybody aged naturally. Yeah, that would have been a good one. Ant didn't do his homework.
Yet
He
again,
never, he never does his homework. Never.
yeah, just don't. Got the time, mate. Too busy.
Look up masterpiece in the dictionary.
The definition of masterpiece is not Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Jan Foley says the first two Godfathers are the best. Yep.
Well,
But I do still have a soft spot for number three. Okay, so next topic, Mr. Boyega. Where
mm-hmm.
I did have a
Yes, he had something to say recently, didn't he?
yeah. So he's not been too happy with Disney.
Disney. Mm.
So I think they've basically what he was saying was they sort of sidelined him whilst making the Star Wars films, and I don't know whether he was supposed to have a bigger role. I don't think he was saying that like Ray Fisher, where there was a bit of friction behind the scenes or abuse or people not treated well. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I think they know there was problems behind the scenes. I think what's the woman's name in the film?
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, so she's come out as well to talk about it. to say that there was going to be another storyline for her, which would have been better. So yeah, it seems to be there was a lot of issues around this film.
Yeah, I mean, well, they had multiple directors, didn't they? 'Cause initially, the Force Awakens was done by J.J. Abrams, and then you had Ryan Johnson came in and did The Last Jedi, and then you had J.J. Abrams come back and do The Rise of Skywalker. So there was always going to be conflict because the story, because Ryan Johnson went in and basically just went, no, I'm just going to say a big kind of like F you to convention, and just
Yeah,
changed up everything. And I think they had to do a lot of backtracking. Um, but yeah, which is always going to be difficult to be able to keep storylines going when things like change so much.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I know that I didn't really look that much into like I know that I saw kind of like a couple of headlines saying John Boyega kind of like outs Disney, but I didn't really look into it that much, if
yeah.
I'm being honest.
I think he's been quite vocal about it. And Barry, the guy that played Cyborg Ray Fisher, has talked about some of the sort of producers, the director, sort of being verbally abusive, sort of threatening careers and stuff like that. So they're just talking about how they had sort of some abuse behind the scenes of which the public didn't know.
He's
Um,
basically just saying that Joss Whedon was being exactly how Joss Whedon is known to be, which is basically an arsehole.
yeah, BC, yeah, Boyega and Ray Fisher gonna team up. I think so. Jan Foley
What?
saying,
Not sure, but to be politically correct,
yeah,
I don't rate his acting skills. I can't see him doing anything besides cameos slash role in Star Wars. I think he's all right. I think he's. I don't know. It's hard really because I think he could be a good actor,
yeah.
but if you've put into a role that was it a case that he was put into a role that he was kind of like promised a lot more, and then all of a sudden he was just kind of like shunned, and that he thinks that it was something to do with kind of like getting a different kind of like a younger audience in, or an audience that I don't know.
I think he was sort of touted to sort of
Yeah,
head the films, and
was he
then
like
they,
promised something? It was like
yeah,
he was promised something and it never happened.
because I think
Yeah,
that's what I originally thought when the first film came out. I thought he was sort of going to be taking the films forward
yeah.
with his character, but then I think they sort of changed it along the way with different directors and stuff. So yeah,
Heather, go watch Attack the Block. Yeah, he is the lead character in a movie called Attack the Block, and he's much younger.
yeah,
But that's a decent
really
movie
good
where
film,
he's in it. Yeah,
really good. Tony, how you doing, mate? Just watched the first episode of Duchess on Netflix.
it's Catherine Ryan.
Yeah. Cuban
Human
Groove,
Groove.
how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming in. So Catherine Ryan it's actually quite good. Yeah, I've not started watching it, to be fair. Wonder Woman.
So yes, Wonder Woman has been pushed back to Christmas for a Christmas release now. Um, Again, it's just more and more pushbacks because of everything that's going on. It just feels like the more and more that things are starting to get announced and happen, the more things are going wrong, and the world is not allowing these things to continue the way that they should. Um, it's disheartening. It's disappointing, but I don't know if I really understand the reason for it, because like this was supposed to be released in October,
I, th-
right?
I think I think they've saw that Tenet has not made a lot of money.
Yeah,
They were supposed to, so they've sort of probably gone, oh
but
shit.
Tenet was never like the way that Nolan said that it was going to be kind of like released. It's going to be like a staggered release, so it was never going to make a lot of money straight away.
Yeah,
And like I think studios need to kind of like wise up to that, because like you can't just have a worldwide release like on things like this, just because you're not going to get the audience that you would normally get. If you do a staggered release, you might get a better audience to
I
it.
think they want that $1 billion film for Wonder Woman because she didn't
They
get it with the first one.
they probably do, but at the same time, that in the current environment, even if you push it back to December, you're still not going to get that. You're not going to get it, because you're just going to get the average moviegoer that would have gone before. They're just not going to go.
Yeah.
So,
But look at that beautiful face. Wouldn't you love to be lassoed? Eh? Oh my God. The amount of truth that would come out. Definitely. So yeah, I think
yeah, I mean,
a lot of
she's
films.
great, but at the same time, and I've said this before, like I'll go and I want it to be good, but I'm just not super excited by it anyway.
Yeah.
And I loved the first Wonder Woman. Like I thought it was great, but I'm just not excited by this one.
I'll still go watch it.
Oh yeah, I will still go watch it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not like, because it's been pushed back. I'm not like this is like life threatening.
Yeah. Brian, thanks for joining us, mate.
How's it going, man?
Tony, I was discussing a bit of the Chronic earlier.
The Chronic.
Oh yes, smelling good. Beautiful. Okay, so June trailer. Dune.
Dude.
So, what do you guys think of the trailer that drops for this bad boy?
So I haven't read the book of this. I know a few people that have read the book for this, and it's quite a big one. And I know that a lot of people have got quite a lot of they've got a bit of fondness to this movie. I think it looks pretty bloody epic. Like that trailer looks pretty big, and it looks like it's really out there as well. So it looks like it's going to be like a sci-fi's wet dream, really.
Yeah,
and it's got some big names in it as well.
It's
got some really big names in it.
It's got big names, but I'm getting a feeling of Blade Runner. I think you're going to get this big ass film that won't make a splash. I think it I don't know. It won't be. I don't know. I don't think that the hype will be there.
See, I think the trailer looks under the radar.
Yeah, I think the trailer looks really good and the cast looks amazing. But it's the same for Blade Runner. When I went to watch Blade Runner, I thought
2049.
Yeah, I really liked the film and the visuals looked amazing. But yeah, didn't do any good in the cinema, did it? And I think this is the same director.
I think this has got a bit of a. I know that Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner, was it's a big thing and a lot of people love it. But I think that this has got a following from the previous movie. It's got a following from the books, and I think this has probably got a bigger following than we know. Really, people are not talking about it, but I think it will do well. I have a feeling it will do well.
Yeah,
it looks stunning. To be fair, it looks really, really pretty.
Yeah, there's a scene in there which it isn't even a sort of special effects scene. I think it just pans to a woman with like a cloth on her face, and even that, I was like, that looks really nice. It was just a woman stood there with a cloth on her face.
I think that was Helen Mirren.
Oh, was it? But yeah, the visuals definitely look awesome in this.
Yeah.
Brian says Tenet never seemed the biggest movie, to be honest. I love Nolan, but this isn't Inception level hype.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's not even Interstellar level, but it's good. I enjoyed Tenet. I liked it. Once you kind of get your head around what's actually going on, I liked it, but it's not Nolan's finest work.
Yeah, I think it's one where you walk out of Tenet and it's not an instant love. I think you will appreciate it over time.
Over time, yeah.
But I agree, it's not up there with Inception.
Like I could
Uh,
watch Inception over and over and over again. I love Inception.
Same. It's just that movie houses aren't open just yet here in the US. There are many that are still closed.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's the way it's going to be when you start to release movies in the current climate. You're not going to get your $1 billion movies like you previously got. That your big superhero movies that you were just gonna you almost guaranteed you're gonna make a shit ton of money. You're just not gonna get it now, and it's going to be a while before movies start to make that kind of money. So it must be scary for a studio to be able to put a movie out there that's probably cost a lot of money to make. But I just don't know whether or not just pushing it back 2 months is really going to do anything. I mean, I'm talking about Wonder Woman here, of course, but like you're pushing it back 2 months. You're pushing it back from October to December, so you're pushing it back into the middle of winter where people get sick anyway.
Yeah. Unless there's competition where someone's gonna release something at the same time, maybe.
Yeah, and then unless they decide to, instead of putting it into cinemas, they start to, they push it back to December and then decide to put it out on streaming
I
because
think
they
the
know.
issue,
I don't know.
the other issue is the lockdowns. So if the lockdowns keep happening, local lockdowns, or if we go for full lockdown, then yeah, you're not going to go to be able to watch it at all.
And this is why I think that streaming might be a better service. I mean, I don't know how Mulan has done, because that is now, you can buy that on Disney Plus now for I think it's 30 quid or something like that.
Yeah,
Um, but they've already announced before it went out on sale, they said you can buy it for 30 quid in September, or you can wait till December and it'll be free.
yeah. So why would you pay for it?
Yeah, so it's not going to do as good
Yeah,
because all you have to do is wait a couple of months and then you just get it with your normal subscription. So yeah, I get the feeling that Wonder Woman is probably going to be the first of many that announce now pushbacks.
yeah. I think so.
And it's frustrating because you open cinemas and there's not any new releases really coming out. So
Yeah,
you want to get out there and watch new movies, but they keep on pushing it back and stuff. It's like I said, I understand it from the studio side. It must be a scary thing to kind of invest so much money into something and not worry about. I mean, and not know whether or not you're going to get that money back. But they have to go with a strategy rather than just keep on chopping and changing and saying, "Oh, we'll just push it back. We'll just push it back. Just push it back." You're going to lose audience that way.
yeah. I think so. Brian says June trailer looks awesome. To be honest, book is pretty good. Saw the trailer.
Everyone that everyone that I know that's read the book has said it's really, really good.
Saw the trailer in the cinema and thought it looked smooth. You know what I found with the film is Jason Momoa is starting to become Jason Momoa in every film.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as soon as you heard his voice, his look, I think he needs to start changing it up a bit, because he doesn't feel
Mm-hmm.
like a character actor. He just feels like Jason Momoa, and he's getting more
Yeah.
sort of Jason Statham level.
Yeah, I totally agree. He needs to start to flex some acting ability rather than just playing
Yeah,
himself in multiple different scenarios. Like,
even Dave Batista changes his sort of look.
yeah, I was just
In
about to say because Batista in this looks mad. So
yeah,
he's going out there with different styles. I mean, he goes out there with where you were like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah,
He played one of the Bond
Yeah.
a big baddie. Well, it wasn't a big baddie, but one of the antagonists
Blade Runner. He was in
is
that.
in Blade Runner. Yeah, so he tries to adapt himself to multiple roles. Whereas I think, like you said, yeah, Momoa basically is just Momoa.
Yeah.
He did shave off his beard for this one, but it would just be Momoa before he had a beard.
And he does them sort of shouting noises as well, doesn't he?
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Helen Mirren is a win too, definitely. She's Helen Mirren is awesome. Really like Helen Mirren. I really loved some of the English TV programs that Helen Mirren did. I forgot what she did. A main police one that I can remember watching when I was a bit younger, and it was really good. But yeah, really like some of the stuff she does. When is it out? When is June out? Is it next
It's
year?
not till next year. Yeah.
Next year. No splashing in the sand. Definitely splashing in the sand if Gal Gadot is around. I'm so excited about this. All of it has been filmed in the deserts of Jordan, making for an epic visual movie. Oh, didn't know that. I thought it was
Yeah.
all green screen.
Yeah,
So
I think the visuals on this are going to be somewhat mind blowing. That last shot in the
yeah,
trailer of that huge sandworm looked absolutely insane,
yeah,
and I'm kind of jealous that Caboose saw it in the cinema, because I just watched it on my phone.
yeah. Be nice to get all the sound and everything.
Have your seat shake.
Cool documentary. If get to watch it if you ever get a chance. Cool. I like watching documentaries. I seen one thing come out today. RoboCop is getting a sequel. The actual original RoboCop, RoboCop 2. I saw a poster for it and I was like, I'm not too sure about that. If you're not bringing Peter Weller back as RoboCop, I don't really see the point in doing the sequel.
But there was already a RoboCop 2.
I think they're trying to ignore that, similar to like Rocky 5. Ignore that, and then do RoboCop 2. So it's not even what's it? Joel Kinnaman's RoboCop. It's not a sequel to that. It's the actual sequel to the original RoboCop.
That we already have.
Unless I read it wrong, but that's what I got from what I read.
Because RoboCop 2 is already a thing.
Yeah, but I think they want to
just redo that.
Yeah, delete that from the
instead of doing so they've already done a reboot of that franchise that didn't work. So instead, what they're going to go back to the original property and just try and just forget that part of it even exists.
Yeah, I believe so. Anyway,
what kind of a strategy is that?
Because they got a weird poster of like RoboCop leaning on something, and I was like, I'll have a look at it, but we'll see how it is.
It'll just be like the Joel Kinnaman one. It's like it just won't work.
Yeah,
you can't make those kind of movies anymore.
No,
you just can't.
I wonder how the movie will be. The book almost reads like a political drama. Interesting.
Yeah, you don't get the political drama vibe from the trailer.
No, it wasn't a big hit. More of a cult classic. Colleague went home, self-isolate today because his daughter has a sore throat. Yeah, we've got a lot of schools where we are. Either the years are being sent home or the schools are closing. I think we've got about 10 where we are. So yeah, I think it's going around, and I think if the children have got the littlest thing now, I think they're sort of sending them home, get a test, and don't come back for 10 days.
There's a guy at work who was saying that obviously after all the homeschooling and then all the holidays and the kids went back for a little bit, and then the headmaster ended up catching it, so they had to close the school down. So all the the mums and dads had to go back to homeschooling for the next 2 weeks whilst the faculty self-isolate. Which is just yeah, it's just unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they push Bond back as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I mentioned earlier on. I was like, I think that Wonder Woman's probably going to be the first of many.
Yeah. Sore throat killers.
Sore throats are killers.
I used to like a bit of natural born killers. Woody Harrelson, Juliette Lewis. A bit like The Rock. Yes, a bit like The Rock. Same character. I think The Rock started to change up a little bit earlier on in his career. So he did films like Get Shorty, where he went really skinny. And then I think a few of the other films he sort of tried to
And
have
he did
facial hair.
a movie like I think Walking Tall was a good one as well, where he played
Yeah,
that. I suppose that might be the start of it, but I quite liked him in Walking Tall.
yeah. But yeah, he's another one where you just see The Rock. You don't see the character. Oh, I also seen that they're doing a sequel to Scarface. 40 years later from the original, but I don't believe it will be Al Pacino. But yeah, they're doing a Scarface 2, and the director said he wants a hard R and it have, I don't know, Tony Montana in modern day. So I haven't got a clue how that will work, but I think it'll be horrendous.
Hang on, he had. I know that this is not. I mean, it is a spoiler, but anyone that's seen Scarface will know that that's impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
No hole blown through him.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's sort of, I don't know how they're going to do it. Because when I read it, I was like,
Just leave
why?
these things
Yeah,
alone.
bringing Tony back.
Just leave these things alone. Like, if you want to make a movie, make a movie. Just make a new movie. Why,
Yeah,
why are you besmirching the name of Scarface?
yeah. Mulan has been hurt by the boycotts being put on it because the lead actress being pro Korean police and anti democracy. Yeah, I read about that. Yeah, I was reading about that as well. It's hurt it quite a lot. But I've heard good things about the film. I think it'll be one I'll definitely watch. I like Donnie Yen, so I'm interested to see how he plays up in the film. But I liked the how the film actually played out when I watched the trailers. I was interested, so give me a bit of a good vibe
Yeah,
from it.
I was looking forward to it for a while leading up to it, and then when I found out that it was on streaming service, I still haven't bought it yet. But it's the only reason I've not bought it is because I was told, oh, I saw that you can get it free in December. So I'm like, well, I'll just wait then because I already have Disney Plus. So
Yeah. Who asked for this remake? Nobody. Carl McLaughlin. The original was called Classic RoboCop. Yep, definitely agree. Yes, no, not RoboCop. Yeah, definitely leave it alone. I think the issue now is with some of these modern films. I think the beauty of the original RoboCop is Peter Weller actually being in that suit and walking around in it and it feeling real. I know CGI can do it, but I don't know, it just doesn't look as good. And this would be CGI. If they did it, it wouldn't be practical. So yeah,
yeah, you can't beat a bit of practical.
there should be a law forbidding any RoboCop to be made in this century. Fully agree, Brian Backer. Fully agree. I think they wouldn't be able to pull off the grittiness of the first one. I think there was that much sort of violence to it, and it was quite dark. Unless they went for a full-on hard R, they wouldn't be able to pull it off at all. Theaters are open in Illinois to this century, definitely. I saw the original during theatres, and when you came in, they gave you a paper you had to read describing each one of the houses and what different things in the movie were going to be.
Wow.
Oh, right, okay.
God, that must have been
Interesting.
that must have been a bit confusing.
Breaking up a bit there, and Heather, I fully agree. There should be no Anthony Mackie. Altered Carbon, I absolutely loved the first season, and then the second one didn't rate it at all. I think they should have kept Joel Kinnaman in, done a better story. So yeah, I think not a big fan at all of the second season of Altered Carbon. Hello, Anthony.
Mate, I ain't got a clue what happened there.
Anyone seen Cobra Kai? I want to check it out, Tony, and see what they're doing with the Karate Kid storyline. I know there's a few of the old people back. I think they've done like they're on season 2 of it now.
I think they did a bit of a switcheroo with it, didn't they? In terms
Yeah.
of the who you're kind of favoring,
Yeah,
which is an interesting way of doing it because obviously everyone knows the story of the Karate Kid and Daniel-san, and you're like, yes, yeah, he's my boy, and they've taken a different. I mean, I've not watched it or anything, but I know from what I know people have said, taken a bit of a different spin on it, which is quite interesting.
I think because originally it was a YouTube series.
Mm.
So I think they tested it and it did so well. They've obviously managed to get it on Netflix, but I think some of the trailers that I saw, I think it was Ralph, who plays the Karate Kid. Danielson. I think he tried to do a kick, a roundhouse kick, and it looked absolutely horrendous. And I think that put me off from watching it because I was just like, yeah, that's just rubbish. Sort it out. Get a stunt double to do a nice kick for you. So yeah, I may watch it when I'm bored. It's not something that I want to rush out and watch. I've got a thing at the minute. I can't stick to one thing. I keep dipping into series. So I started The Boys. I'm on episode 2 or 3. I really like The Boys, but then I'll be like, no, I fancy something else. Then I'll go on to Haunting House on the Hill, whatever it is. Yeah, I keep mixing and matching what I'm watching, so I can't stick to one thing at the minute. Heather's not interested in Karate Kid. Miyagi. I hear good things about Cobra Kai, but it looks like a high school film project. Can't bring myself to try it yet. Fully agree. I noticed the Power spin-off is on Prime. You know what? I never got into Power. I see lots of people talking about Power, but I never got into it. What about you, Ant?
No, I'm the same, mate. Like, I know loads of people that love it. Like they swear by it, and everyone that I talk to about it is, they rave about it, and they always recommend it, saying you should really watch it. It's really good. Anyone can really get into it. But it's just never something I've reached for. It's never something that's really grabbed me. It's just the issue is we're so spoiled with that many things out there, different streaming services having different kind of like specials and stuff like that. It's almost impossible to be able to get through everything you want to get through unless you don't have a life.
Yeah. Cuban's not into Karate Kid either, so it doesn't seem quite popular, which I can get. I understand. Yeah, totally similar to me. Attention span is not there. Same as Umbrella Academy. I got into that. I think I was on the 3rd episode, and then I switched to something else. So I just need to just stick to one thing and watch it all the way through.
Mate, the Switch Warm Addictive is so nice.
Oh, mate, I need to have a whiff. This vibrant leather metal is really strong, and I like it. It's just like here on my laptop, getting whiffs of it, and I'm annoyed that it's took over the other two. So if you went in earlier, this is Zara's vibrant leather metal, and then there's 3 other ones on there to have a little sniff.
Sniff.
So yeah, the one that's sticking out is vibrant leather metal. Yes, really nice. Have you guys checked out the German superhero flick on Netflix called Freaks?
No,
I've seen it as I've been thinking, but yeah, not watched. Power is so good. Finished Umbrella Academy, very good. Yeah, definitely need to finish it off. So I really like it. Love the characters. Are we talking about Power based on Michael Bender's comic series?
I don't think it is.
No, I think it's about. Is it about music and some of the? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more like I think it's more kind of like gangstery type of thing, isn't it? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I've never seen it, so.
Tony said, "I'm so glad you both liked Rich Warm Addictive. I'd have unsubscribed." You know what?
I was worried about it when we first sprayed that warm black. Because that wasn't good.
Warm black needs to be banned.
Like, okay, Barry, you're in the chat like now. Like, what is it about it that you actually like? Because it smells like shit.
Shit on a shoe. Yeah, I think I was very surprised by it, and I think the cost is very reasonable for what you're getting with the smell. And I've not had a full wearing of it, but just from the spray and the sort of first impressions that we did, yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it was the best out of the bunch for me. So I think getting a full wearing out of it, I think I'm gonna really like it.
Like, there's no I don't get tobacco in it at all. Like, I just don't. I just get sweet richness. It's like if now on here, it's just a chocolatey vibe. It's just so nice.
If there's more tobacco fragrances that are like that, I'll definitely enjoy them. I think if
there's other ones in Co collection, there's like Steve.
Anthony's going robotic again. So he's broken up. Are you still there? Anthony's got his Mardy face on.
I was waiting for it to kick in.
There you go.
It just went mad. Yeah.
Yeah, you froze like this.
It's not working for me.
I think with the tobacco, and I gave you a whiff of the collage Blackbeard. Again, that's a big tobacco fragrance where that just smells like pure tobacco. So I think can't judge that tobacco note overall because that one sort of proved us wrong that we do like some form of tobacco scent. More people besides Heather and me that have seen Dark. Oh yeah. I think this is the is it the German? I think it's a German or Russian TV one about the little boy. I think I definitely want to watch that one. I keep seeing it, but just again, never get into it. I'm sorry, I like it too. Asking Ant to watch, it will be 2021 for him. Yeah,
Probably 2020, probably 2022.
we agree with that. I'm going to rewatch it, compensate. I missed the headaches. Pure Havan.
I've never smoked Pure Havan.
No, I'm getting confused with malt. I've not tried Havan. Yeah, not tried it, so I can't give a view on that one, I'm afraid.
I really like these bottles as well. They're quite, I don't know, they feel quite like, what's the word? Apothecary-esque. Like
All right.
old style.
It's a big word.
I don't know, apothecary. Yeah, I just quite like it.
Go watch Signs. I love Signs.
Great movie.
Love a bit of Gibbo.
Mel Gibson screaming at his children at the dinner table.
Love it.
And Haunting on Hill House.
It's good. I really like Haunting Hills. Or the Insurrection clone of it. Is that for the Pure Havan, Tony? Or Watch Alive? Joey Cannoli was sniffing Michael Kors for Men the other night and mentioned Le Dandy, which has inspired a hunt for something like that for autumn.
Le Dandy.
Le Dandy Randy. Nice. I think Rich Warm Addicted is probably one for a while where I've gone, yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, you loved it, didn't you?
Yeah.
This is good.
And one is going to come up in a future video is I tried it when me and Ant were testing some fragrances out when he came to my house, and it was Pegasus clone from Perfume Parlor.
Bad boy.
Really nice. The Pegasus one. I'd not tried it before. Give it a whiff. Give it a thumbs up. Really nice. It was like is that the almondy one? I believe. Yeah, decent. Yeah, Pure Havan clone. Heather is in the US.
She is.
Heather's been trying a bit of the Black Orchid. So I think Heather, didn't you say that you prefer the original to that new Parfum version? I'm excited. Just added Creed Viking to my collection today. Have you tried it yet? I have tried it. It's nice, but it's not something that would make me want to go and purchase it. What about you and Creed Viking? I can hear you. Do you like Creed Viking, Ant? I think he's crashed. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Creed Viking. Yeah, it's just okay for me. I have that. It's a good one. It doesn't smell the same. More almond in the PP version. Which one did you prefer?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Never liked Pegasus. Serjoff Starlight is an amazing almond for me. Okay, that's one for me to look out for. Valley Girl is a fracking musical. Chris F said that he went to try Ventus in store and was underwhelmed, but fell in love with Viking while he was there. Interesting.
Viking, I don't really like. I tried it in store and I never really got on with it. It's a bit too felt a bit too earthy for me.
So Tony prefers the perfume parlor Pegasus. Interesting.
I've never tried the original, but all I know is that perfume parlor one is like creamy almond, just creamy almond.
Nice. I think the only one I want to try from that house is Sedley.
Yeah, I really want to try Sedley.
Yeah, I want to have a quick whiff. Cool. So we've hit all our topics tonight. Shall we wrap it up, Mr. Anthony?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
And we've had a good chat with everyone. Had a good game earlier on, and there's a lot of movies in that game. So yeah, it was good. But yeah, we'll wrap it up for there for now. So we want to say thank you to everyone for joining in the chat. It was really nice, and we've got, as Nick mentioned, we had a bit of a, as you've seen with the Zara haul, we had a bit of a recording session together, and we recorded quite a few fragrance reviews and of the like. So keep your eyes peeled for those coming out in the near future. We've also got some stuff coming out from a movie side as well. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the New Mutants review very soon, so that'll be coming out soon. So if you are interested in that, please check it out. Nick, anything else you wanted to leave them with?
Yeah, so just echoing what you said, we've got loads of reviews coming out. We've sort of bulk filmed them. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. We've got some good ones on the way. So yeah, nice to do a live with you all. Have a nice weekend, and we'll speak to you soon.
Good night.
Good night. God bless. Ciao for now.
Big kisses.